I love dogs. For almost my entire life, I've had dogs, and boy oh howdy, they're dumb. And look, don't get me wrong, I know it's fun to see your dog grow up and learn new things, but that doesn't change the fact that Jamie eats poop. And I know a few more that do the same. But I still love them all the same, even if they have poopy mouth. My first dog was actually named Kleenex, you know, like the tissues. He got his name from my older sister, who at the time was like 3 and couldn't say Phoenix. Kleenex's name used to be Phoenix, like the bird or Arizona. But by the time I was born, he was already a little old, so my memories of him are a little foggy. He used to protect my crib and was just also very sweet to me as a kid and laid a great foundation for me to love dogs. But the dog that brought me closest to loving animals isn't even one of my own dogs. Momo was a King Charles Spaniel Cavalier with brown hair and, which his name implies, a mohawk. You see, it's actually a common trait in Cavaliers to have this little piece of hair stick up in the middle. I remember the first time I met Mo, I was 6 years old, and my mom and I had just gotten food from McDonald's. My Happy Meal came with a Kung Fu Panda figure that made Jack Black sounds. This is important to the story. I'd got to my aunt's and noticed there was a new dog. Honestly, all he cared about was if he was gonna eat my fries or not. But I'd put my amazing toy of Jack Black on the living room table, and Mo bit at it. But whenever this toy moved, it made noise. So Mo was constantly going feral for this toy going skadoosh and other Jack Black noises. So I kept playing with Mo and this Jack Black toy, and we fell in love instantly. The next few times I came over, I guess he was like, hey, it's the guy that had the Kung Fu Panda toy. And he would just run up to me and be so happy, jumping up and down and trying to show me into the house, and it's continued for years and years. When I needed an escape from reality, there was Mo just being sweet to me. I needed something like that when I was younger because being bullied in elementary school for being overweight and having blue hair was a big difference between the pure love that Momo would show me whenever I saw him. If I was watching YouTube or playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS.
Okay, that's all the time I've got. I gotta get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS.
There was Mo, but unfortunately, with time, he started to lose his eyesight and developed cataracts. Mo could no longer see where he was going because his eyes were fogged over and he would bump into stuff. But he was still the same old dog. Now, remember how I said the Kung Fu Panda toy would make noise whenever it moved? I think this gave Mo a core memory because all of his favorite toys made noise whenever they moved. He would chase around this cat toy that was just a bell inside of a ball, and the best part was that he didn't need his eyesight to play with these toys because he could just hear where it was. And my favorite thing was that even when Mo had lost his sight, he still knew exactly who I was whenever I would come over to my aunt's house. Eventually, my aunt moved and Mo had to adjust to a new house. So he would often run into walls and then get mad at the wall and bark at the wall. Back at home, away from my aunts, we had a new doggy. Or perhaps a bear? Jamie is my oldest dog at the moment. She's a black lab and honestly is just my little cuddly best friend. We got Jamie when I was about 10 years old at some random Super Bowl party. I was lucky because my mom's friend bred dogs, specifically labs. One moment around the dogs and I was just entranced. I look back on this super fondly right now, but I remember as a kid I hated this. Super Bowl? More like make me a super big bowl of pistachio pudding, cause that stuff nummy. But I remember all these little dogs were just causing havoc and pooping and peeing all over, and I was just mad that I had to go to this dumb party when I just wanted to play Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3D. But one dog stood out amongst the crowd, a little plump and black dog. For some reason, my mom's boyfriend just kept saying, "Jamie!" and chanting, "Jamie!" I rolled my eyes because old man was cringe. But when she came over and started biting my damn fingers, I was like, okay, he's kind of cute. So when my mom asked if I wanted a dog to come home with us, I reluctantly said, okay, I guess. We then almost got hit by a drunk driver in a van with our new dog and new vehicle my mom had just got. Kuta. Jamie and I just have become besties over the years, but she is also a menace. So one snowy Christmas Eve, Jamie decided, I'm gonna make a story that will traumatize Logan enough that 12 years later, he's gonna make an entire animated portion of a video dedicated to it. As old as any Christmas tale. So, in our yard, we had no gates or anything for the dogs to go outside to the bathroom. And we live in a cold area, so we didn't want to go for a walk every single time they had to go use the bathroom. We just had this zip line looking thing that the dogs would just get hooked up to. However, Jamie figured out how to get her head out of her collar, unlike the time she got her head stuck in a peanut butter jar.
Ready? Go!
Back inside, I was just trying to enjoy the holiday season, you know, watch a little SpongeBob Christmas or something. But then I noticed Jamie's sister, Charlie, another lab, brown, cute, crying out of the window. And right as I got up, I saw what looked like a big black bear run across my window. Without even thinking, I got up and went outside with no shoes on to see if I could maybe call Jamie in. But no, Jamie had no brain cells left and was like, come on, let's play in the drug-infested neighborhood. Before I knew it, Charlie had closed and locked the door behind me. So there I was, barefoot, alone outside, on Christmas, and I had to chase after Jamie. I ran through the dirty streets with no shoes and went after my dog, who would not stop running from me. And let me tell you, this was when I was more fit, and so was Jamie. So her running this much was just like Sonic speed. She must have felt like she was on top of the world, but in reality, she was just making me cry. Yes, I was crying like a little baby, all right? Okay? I cried and chased after my dog until this old lady came outside and yelled, take this leftover chicken leg to get your dog! And with no other option, I took the chicken leg and chased after Jamie like I was in some type of cartoon. You like that? Thank you, Jamie. Eventually, I was able to persuade the beast with the chicken leg to come back home with me, but now I had to wait until somebody could come home and unlock the door for me. I think I had my phone with me this entire time and called anyone to come home. I don't remember who let me in, but I remember I just went straight to my room and played Animal Crossing New Leaf for the Nintendo. Now, I know I just told you a whole story about how Jamie is a manic beast that cannot be tamed, but in reality, she is the sweetest girl in the world, and now that she's gotten older, she's calmed down a lot. As a puppy, she literally ate a donut out of my hand without me even noticing. She chewed up a bunch of my 3DS games, including Animal Crossing New Leaf for the Nintendo. I'm joking about that one. But there were times that Jamie would make me cry, but then there were other times where Jamie would comfort me, and that always meant the world to me. I've never had a dog where when you have such a bad day at work or at home or whatever, you come home and you know that you're gonna be loved. Even if that means that she's gonna get into my sock drawer and eat a sock, or, you know, ask me at 3 a.m. for ice, because it's always worth it, just to see her happy. Now, get a load of this, right? So I'm sitting there, and it's 2017, I think it's 2017, I'm not sure, Jerry, and I get a dog on my birthday, actually, so I was at robotics, right, Jerry, I was at robotics, and I this is my first time at robotics, Jerry, and I fucking hated it, Jerry. I left immediately. I said, this is dumb. And I come home, and there's a puppy waiting for me, and his name is Winston, Jerry. Yeah, so Mo had affected me so much that I ended up getting a little spoiled and getting my little buddy, Winston.
Where is he?
He's another Cavalier, but he is black and brown, and he's got these little eyebrows, and he has curly hair. If Winston is mad at you, he is going to piss in your sock drawer. I'm sorry. The funniest thing is that Winston is so secluded right now, and he really likes to keep to himself. He takes his food bowl and, like, guards it all the time from Jamie. There's even been times where he'll leave a trail of food so that Jamie will come and get in trouble for trying to eat his food. He's a little rat. But when Winston was a puppy, he wasn't this closed off and scared little monster that he is now. Piss goblin. When Winston was a puppy, he caught a bat in the middle of the air, So we got Winston in the middle of the winter, right? And so come spring, I'm raising Winston to be a nice little gentle pup. And it's dark outside. The dogs want to go out. They want to go play outside and bark at the
Captain
neighborhood.
Falcon.
And this was the year that the bats had started to come back to my hometown. They had died off a few years back before this, but they were starting to come back. And I hear just jumping and barking and all this fun stuff going on outside while I'm just on my phone, sending Snapchats of my booty cheeks or something. So then I hear screaming and I come outside and I see nothing but little baby Winston had caught a bat. Now, Winston's older sisters, Jamie and Charlie, as mentioned previously, had come up and kind of started barking at this bat until Winston had let go of it. Thankfully, it flew off and stopped screaming, but I was really scared. Winston has always had this affinity for flying things. He loves looking at birds in the summer. He loves butterflies. He chases after any insect that flies in our house. And this isn't the first time he's caught something. He's caught giant moths. He's caught June bugs, which are just the worst. And I don't know what it is. This boy likes bugs. Hey buddy, what the hell do you think I'm gonna do with all these bugs here? Winston, what do you think I'm gonna do with all these bugs here? You think I'm gonna make a museum out of them? Like Blathers from Animal Crossing New Horizons? Yeah, you silly little bugger. I'll make a museum.